Hello and welcome back to Through the Groove, episode number 4. If we're doing episodes, if the Hannah decides that she likes numbering these episodes, we don't know yet, do we?
I mean, we might have to switch to the alphabet at some point.
Episode number A.
B.
C.
Teaser.
Oh, little teaser. That's showing our naked bodies.
Malteser.
Bit of a tease.
Ooh.
Anyway, today we're going to be.
I forgot myself then.
Yeah, you did a little bit. I know there's cameras about, but there's no need to start taking your clothes off. Today we're going to be talking about our music tastes and how they've changed. We've already talked about music in our relationship, how it's played a part. We've already done our own individual, personal kind of music experiences, musical journeys through our lives.
Yes.
Now we want to talk about how each other's musical tastes has changed because of each other.
Yes.
So how has mine changed because of your influence and vice versa?
So, quick recap. The whole reason we're together is because we went to see Jake Bugg, then thought it was a good idea to see Vampire Weekend that neither of us wanted to see, then booked to go Finsbury, which locked us in for a 5-6 month relationship at minimum.
You make it sound like a prison sentence.
And now, 5 years later, almost in 2 months' time, we are here creating content.
So, Hannah, how have I influenced your music tastes? Or is it easier if you do me first?
I think it's easier if we say how you've influenced my music tastes, because it's taken at least 3 years for you to actually make an impact on my life positively.
That's what I'm saying. Do we do this chronologically? Or because chronologically you had a bigger impact on mine first than I had on yours?
Okay, so let's talk year one.
Oh my God, we're doing it like that?
Well,
Year one.
Year one. And we have nothing to say about year one.
No, nothing.
I don't
year
even
know. With mine... Okay, we'll do me first, because I think it makes sense. With mine, my tastes, my musical tastes, I think what you did is open me up to another genre I didn't really... not care for, but didn't really know that well. I think you showed me how to...
Live.
Live, one. And also...
Dress better,
two. You've basically sculpted me into your perfect boyfriend, haven't you? Slowly but surely.
I mean...
It's a bit creepy, really.
No, really. No, I think...
But no, what you've done is you showed me a way with music on how to get into it a bit deeper and understand it a bit more. So I was very surface level with the music I liked. I liked certain things and left it there, and I didn't really dive deep into certain things, especially indie and alternative kind of music, which is your bread and butter.
I don't like bread and butter. I think... taking from that, I think... music wasn't at the time something that was really important to you. Your interests lay more with actually doing your university work.
Actually doing,
like me,
working towards a degree, yeah.
Whereas I was like, I can black my way through this. Your, gaming was more of an interest for you, whereas my main interest was how do I not do my work and focus on something I like, which has always been music for me. I always come back to music. I think it was easier for me to have more of an impact on you when you didn't have more of an interest. So, and because I was listening to a lot more newer bands coming up through the rafters.
Yeah. Up the ranks. Definitely a word that begins with R. Coming through the ranks.
Why did I say rafters? Because they're normally above you.
Yeah, I don't know.
But ranks should go in above. Anyway. It was easier for me to go, oh, have you listened to these? Have you listened to that? And you're like, no. Oh, here's a 2-hour long playlist. Listen to them.
Yeah, I think a good...
You're like, play this game. I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah, you would never have played it. I think the good way to put it, actually, which you touched on there, was you taught me how to be... Or you made me more interested in music in a similar way that I was with games. You made it more interesting to me. You made me realise I did like it as much as I do video games. And
I think because I tumbled down the live hole, and I said, shall we do this? And I made it more of an active... Hole. How many different ways can you say hole?
Carry on, tumble down the live hole. Let's not get distracted by holes. You're really thinking about holes now, aren't you?
Like, I went, like, in my head, I'm like, oh, I wonder if...
Favourite hole?
I was like, Alice in Wonderland hole, and you're tumbling down, and instead of, like, the Mad Hatter and a tea party, it's all different, like, albums that you can put on and little gigs you can go to.
You caught that little tangent we were going on. You fucking wrapped it back round to where we need to be. Well done.
But I gave us something to do rather than sitting here and listening to music.
Yes.
We went out and did things.
Because there was no way in hell that we were going to sit in and play video games.
I mean, we used to just lie and listen to music, but then we went to gigs.
Why couldn't you just play Rocket League with me?
Because you didn't start playing Rocket League until at least year 3 of our relationship.
But yeah, so your influence on me, your dragging me to these live music gigs. I think you did show me a whole new world in terms of music and stuff.
Hashtag Disney songs.
Yeah, really, you really did. You made me realise that there was a depth to it that I didn't know, and also introduced me to a lot of new music. Yeah,
and it was something that kind of went hand in hand with what we were doing. We were going to gigs in Birmingham. We started going to more bars and eating out, drinking and going to a gig after. It just seemed like the perfect combination to keep
this relationship ticking over.
Yeah, keep us interested in each other.
Yeah,
because you'd never been to Birmingham before.
I know.
What?
I didn't. I led a very sheltered life.
Apart from when you saw N-Dubs.
I led a very sheltered life, and you brought me out of that life, which I am eternally grateful for.
Yeah.
Honestly grateful for that, because I didn't have much in the way of a life before we got together, to be honest. Outside of video games. Because obviously that's where the best lives are lived, in games. But now you opened me up to a lot, and especially, like I said, especially the indie and the alternative stuff, that route.
You were like, yeah, I get it.
I got it very quickly, and it very quickly became my favourite kind of genre to listen to over a lot of other things.
Yeah.
And it made me want to go on the hunt like you did for new music. It made me want to find new things. It made me want to go on that Spotify browse section and click on the recommendations for you and listen to these
go down the
artists.
Spotify holes.
Yeah, go down the Spotify holes, back to holes.
Always back to a hole.
Yeah, a lot of references in this one already. But it made me want to do that because I liked what you kind of did, where you'd find the band that nobody'd ever heard of.
Well, not nobody. You know, when you think no one's going to know this band. Oh my God, they're playing a gig. We're going to go to that gig because it's only a £5. We get there and we're like, shit, there's a lot of people here.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? But I think there's something to being the first on that bandwagon.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's nice to be an early adopter of an artist. I think what you did kind of inspired me to try and do that with music.
I like following a journey, and you, in a sad, weird way, you feel proud of their successes. So for me, it was like I love following the Maccabees and watching them, seeing them grow and grow and grow.
Of course, because you saw them early on.
Yeah, £8 a ticket, way back when. I saw them on every album tour. Loved them.
So what about me then? How did I influence your music? Because I think I brought kind of a different feel to your different genre. Yeah,
it's taken a couple of years, but to be honest, I don't know whether it was you or if I've just, become a bit more open. Let's say it's you.
I think it's a bit of a combination. Yeah. And I think my openness and willingness to accept new and interesting avenues. No. It's got to have rubbed off on you a little bit. Yeah. It's got to have done.
Well, initially, I didn't really like James Blake, but you were obsessed with him. Then we watched him at Latitude. Really like him. Well done, James Blake. Banging album. Really like him. Then I kind of thought, you kept listening to Watsky and didn't get it. And then I saw it live and I was like, Darryl, what's that guy doing? You were like, that's a hype man. What's a hype man? And I was like, and all I did was watch him and he was hilarious. He got the crowd going and it was an amazing atmosphere. And then I listened to that album and I listened to his music and I didn't hate it. And then that brought us onto, and especially because of movie soundtracks getting better. So like when we saw
You need to give me a
Avengers?
hint.
And Kendrick was on it.
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Yeah, he did the Black Panther, the soundtrack. Yeah.
Black Panther soundtrack was sick.
Yeah.
Was sick. Even let's go back to Suicide Squad album soundtrack, movie soundtrack.
Who did that? What was it? 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
Or was it the other one that sounds very similar?
I feel like I do these little songs and they're not going to come out. Oh, that's going on in here. And I became more
inclined to listen to that.
Yeah, exactly.
I think in a way with Georgia Smith as well.
I love Georgia Smith. Nao was first. I liked Nao. Lapsley, yeah, a bit more experimental. But then going into Bonobo, you introduced me to a Bonobo.
I think what it is, it's like before you, my interest in music was wide but shallow.
Mm.
So I knew a little bit. I knew like a.
I thought you were going to say Rick Astley then.
I knew Rick Astley. I knew like a Radiohead album.
Yeah.
Maybe not all of it, but like an album or two.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like I'd be a fan of, I don't know, like some weird hip hop artist like KRS-One. I'd be a fan of him, but like only a little bit. I wouldn't go deep. Whereas yours was like kind of narrow, but ran deep. You knew a lot about that.
Yeah,
little
I'm like,
bit.
I like this band, and I've got its discography.
Yeah,
discography.
And I think what's happened is we've kind of combined. So now what you've made me want to do is go deep on the wide bit.
We're like a snow globe.
Yes. What you've made me want to do is you've made me want to go deeper into all those little shallow ones that I had.
Yeah.
And I've made you want to go wider.
Into other things.
Because I think like the Georgia Smith, Nao, Lapsley, R&B kind of sound.
Yeah.
Kind of branching off into hip hop.
I did used to like R&B.
Yeah.
My biggest problem when we were like, you know, when you're going into your teens and you're going out clubbing, like I was that person. We'd go to a club, and out of all my friends, everyone would love it, and I'm like, it's okay. I don't do clubbing music. Then I'd be like, right, because we've come here on a Thursday. Can we go to Blast Off on Saturday? Can we go listen to my indie bangers? So I got the best of both, and some things that was all right, but you know, Nicki Minaj, no thanks. But you know, if it came on, I'd be like, yeah, it's all right. I can have a little bit of a dance to it. That's why, like, sometimes people are like, oh, I can't believe you don't know this song, and I'm like, I don't know this song because I don't put myself that heavily into mainstream pop anymore, because I just
it's boring.
Yeah. It's a flash in the pan, you know what I mean? There's that one song, you enjoy that this year because you'll never hear it again. It's
generic, it's boring, it sounds a lot of the same kind of stuff. I think it's fucking hilarious that, you know, Cardi B, that she's come around now and she's like massive. I'm like, oh, this is just Nicki Minaj. Like, this is just Nicki Minaj again, like 5 years later.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you people not see this?
But the songs sound the same. I'm like, oh, that sounds like
Nicki Minaj. Like,
oh, yeah.
I'm like, no, it's not. It's Cardi B. Like, what? Is this the same person? It might as well be.
Might as well be Rebecca Black.
No, it doesn't sound like Rebecca Black at all.
Yeah, but she was a flash in the pan, just a shit.
Yeah, I think they'll stick around a bit longer, but
there's got to be someone more. You've got to lay down roots if you're an artist. You want to be around when all your generation is dead and gone. You know what I mean? Like, when we go, people are still going to listen to Bowie, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. Are people going to listen to Cardi B? No.
Yeah.
They're going to listen to Madonna.
That's a very good point.
Do you know what I mean? They're going to listen to Beyonce at a push.
I know, I think that was one of the legacy artists. Like, what's your legacy going to be? Is Nicki Minaj going to have a legacy that expands 20, 25 years? No. Definitely not. Definitely not.
Nah.
Yeah, it's relevant now for a short period. Yeah.
She's relevant now in every single way with her butt fillers, lip fillers.
How the hell do we get onto that?
Trends. Trends.
Hashtag trends. Yeah, I think going back to our music tastes, I think also not only being with each other but getting older has a positive effect on it, because I think as you mature, personally anyway, as I've gotten older, I've gotten more willing to explore new things and try new things. I haven't been so narrow-minded. I think that comes with age and that comes with a bit more maturity. Mm-hmm. You're not just
like when I was younger, I didn't like cabbage, and now I like cabbage. And the band Cabbage. I like the band Cabbage too.
I was going to say, are you on about the band or the vegetable?
But it's like your palate change. It's like your interest and your fashion change. Like,
olives.
We were talking about this. Olives.
Olives. I hate olives.
We were talking about this at work the other day. Not olives, but like how your fashion changes. Like when you're older, do you reckon our generation are going to be... Look at these trousers. Are going to be like grannies, like poor little old ladies now wear like little suit trousers and a little jacket and a t-shirt with a little necklace, or they're in their floral skirts. Or are you going to be a bit trendy? Am I going to be wearing dungarees at the age of 70?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Am I still going to be wearing pretty green?
Probably.
Yeah. Or am I going to dress like
in a suit all the time?
Or like those like pastel coloured jumpers? No.
those sweater vests.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's weird, isn't it? It makes you wonder, like, how much is it going to change with age? That's strange, because your tastes do change. Like ours have changed.
Yeah.
Not just in music, but in everything. Like olives. Never liked olives. I never liked dark chocolate for some reason.
Didn't like wine.
Didn't like wine.
Didn't like beer.
Are we getting old?
Why? Because I like beer. Or wine.
I'm scared now. I'm scared of getting old and becoming boring and wearing sweater vests. Anything else you want to say on our music tastes and how they've changed? I think we've got like a nice little metaphor there. With shallow and deep holes and stuff.
I think it's funny because sometimes the only reason that I know something that's popular is because of Jake, my brother, who pretends every Friday night his room would be like a club night, or the bathroom.
One or the other.
One or the other would be like a club night. And then that's when I first heard Rams barking. And I quite liked that song. But I always tend to like the random tunes Jake gets obsessed with. But he hasn't done that for a while.
You're missing a bit of that grime in your life.
Yeah, but missing that education.
They are catchy. The grime songs are catchy.
And I think having people in your life like that, like different things, like you're more open to music, and you've got people in your life now who listen to different music and they're influencing you in a different way. You're like, it's like, the gates are open. If you want to recommend something, I'll give it a go.
Yeah. I think that's what's happened. Yeah. I think that's what's happened to both of us, and I think that's a good thing, because now it leads us to doing something like this, where we're doing something like this now, and I think it would be quite narrow-minded of us to think, oh, we're just going to do indie. Because then you kind of isolate...
I love indie.
Yeah, like we love it, and it's probably our favourite, but we're going to be isolating an audience if we do that.
Yeah.
So it makes it better if we are more open, and we are more...
And at the end of the day, everything comes back to... like pop, in a sense. Everything comes back full circle. That whole 4 to the floor. That whole. There's only so many notes. There's only so many beats, and it's just how you. And
it all links together. It all links together, doesn't it?
Everything will influence
another thing. Yeah, and it all goes back to.
Because we have tried this when we go down a Spotify slope.
Oh. Not a whole slope this time. Yeah.
We all go, hi, we're going to start with Block Party, then we'll go to Arcade Fire or this, that and the other. And
we see how far we can
How far can we go?
Yeah, how
can
far
we
back
get
can we
to
go?
death metal from the most indie band going?
And you'd be surprised at how interesting it is, and you find a lot of new stuff that way. But yeah, that's it. That's our music taste, how they've changed as we've gotten older, and as I think that's the thing that's came out of this. Like,
gotten wiser.
Gotten older and wiser, more, just as much as being together. I think it's quite an interesting fact. I didn't really think about that all that much. So yeah, that's it. That's episode number 4.
5. 1.
4. Episode number 4. Wow, we're professional.
I think I did 4 before. No, yeah, it's 4.
It's 4. Yeah, it's 4. That was episode number 4.
Because I count like this, don't I?
Yeah, because you're a fucking idiot.
I think that's weird. Let us know if it is.
Yeah, please do. Let us know what you think about this video. Let us know if that is weird. It is. Please comment on the video. Let us know some things you want. 2, 3, 4. Let us know about some things that
5,
you want us to try.
Fish alive.
Try out. Please subscribe to the channel. Like it or unlike it, whatever. Share it with your friends. Go and find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, The links will be in the description. I'm tired of trying to remember what our Twitter handle is.
Shame! Songs of Praise! Song of the Month!
Yeah, Album of the Month.
On the Riz.
Go check this out. We should put this in the description.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll link Shame, Songs of Praise.
The little piglets.
We'll link that in the description because that's a decent album you should definitely listen to. And to be fair, I think we should probably review it if we're going to have it up there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
we'll think about that.
We'll do that. Anyway, thanks for watching.
They're all wearing a belt as well.
Bye.
How many people wear a belt? Bye!